I was a miller before, but I'm a Fisher now. I'm a Sadye Fisher. Sadye Nathalie, not Arthurly. When you hear people say Arthurly, I'm not no boy. But they would call me Arthurly instead of Nathalie. Even in my past when he was living, he said, Miss Fisher, he would never go back to Nathalie. He said, young, used to call you Arthurly, they could call me Arthurly. I said, yeah, I'm like you, right? But I said, but my name is not no Arthurly, because I'm not no boy.
And how old are you?
I'm 96 years old.
All right.
Born in 1924.
1924.
July the 8th, 1924.
And where were you born?
I born right there in Gloverville. Right here. I don't say Colorville. But then my mama said Gloverville. We had all that right there together. Gloverville right there. Sometimes she said I born there, and sometimes she said I born there in Colorville. So I know which one. I say Colorville. Just say Colorville.
And speaking
I raised right in Colorville.
And speaking of that, who is your parents?
My parents are Louis Miller, Lucius Miller, and Emily, Susan Miller.
Tell me a little about your mother and then your father.
What their mom and daddy was.
Mm-hmm. And where they were from. They were from
what my mama been?
What was Mama name before she married Papa?
Where about my mama?
Middleton?
All I know is Emily Susan Miller.
Middleton. She was a Middleton.
Milton.
Yeah, before she
Uncle Paul Milton, that's what he did, Milton. Uncle Paul Milton, that's my mama's brother. Yeah, Miltons. Before they married to my daddy. Yeah. And my daddy was the Miller. From Holly Hill.
So you have any siblings?
Hmm?
Any siblings? Sisters and brothers?
That's who they have in?
You.
Who, me? Yeah, already gone now. Eric and nobody here with me.
Okay.
My two sisters, both of them gone.
So who were they?
Oh, three gone.
What were their names?
Mary Martin was a Miller. That was years ago. She gone ever since 56 or 52, something like that. I got the twin to Martha, but Martha is gone. But that was the twin to Mary.
They were twins.
They were twins.
Oh.
And I'm next to them.
So it was just three girls.
No. Oh. It was me, with my sister Martha, and man, we call him man by the Mary, and then Louise. Corey. We call her Corey, but she would never say Corey. She would say Louise. It's Corey Louise, so she would go by Louise, not Corey. But that was my baby sister, and she was going the other day too. I said, she going with me?
No, Aunt Corey died September the 15th. It would be 4 years next month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
She going for Reverend Black?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, because Reverend
Black.
Yeah, because Reverend Fanny's in her. Yeah, she was.
And then tell him about your brothers.
My brothers, Sam Miller and George Miller. Then only two brothers. And both of them gone. Sam got killed in Westbrook there. A no good man come from somewhere, and the granddaughter they raised had him staying with him because he is separate from his wife, and he was staying by himself. And she had loved him because he used to drive a truck to that Linda man, and I can't stand her today for that. Because I said, if she didn't butt with that man, my brother made brother.
Just tell him about your brothers.
He passed on because that man killed him.
Yeah, he got murdered.
And my baby brother, he just get there in time in Detroit before he passed. But he was in the army for 7 years. And he had some kind of complaint about the army. But I would say, we would say, what? But he was ailing like, he said he went to the doctor one time and he said his head is on one side of the table and his feet was on the other. So I don't know what some kind of operation that gives him. But he was in the service 7 years. And he was living in Louisville, Kentucky. So that's why I went and visited him. But them the only 2 brothers.
Okay.
Sam Miller and George Miller. You know,
So it was 6 kids.
1 or 2 brothers. You going to the children now?
No, I'm saying it was 6 of y'all. So Mama and Papa had 6 children, 4 girls and 2 boys.
Yeah.
Uncle Sam, Uncle George Cal,
Yeah.
Aunt Mame, Aunt Martha, you, and Aunt Corey.
Right.
Okay.
Now, were you married?
Hmm?
Were you married?
Is I married? Well, I was married. Had the best husband you understand of America, and I wouldn't have another one on this side. You hear me? And Reverend Blackett came over and told me in his video. He was going with us in the church there. And you don't think you like one of them? I was going to call one of them to my name. I was going to call one of them in my face. When I tell them black, so you see Sister Fisher? I said, them Bretton Britches? I said, when I say I read black phone on the floor. He laughed so that they tell I can see him right now. He could not give up the floor. He said, I ain't never heard that in my life, but you hear it now. I said, when I have one of them out of there. I said, Bretton Britches, I want to have one.
When
You know, Ernestine the Living?
You about to ask you another question.
Oh.
when did you get married?
I know I'm saying in 46. Yeah, and I think it's 1946. Yeah, I think that's when we married. Yeah.
That's a long time.
Where?
We used to live to his grandma back to that woods there. I guess the woods. There's a house back there. So the woods moves. And that's what we stayed with her a while until I come back home to my mom.
Where did y'all meet?
Hmm?
Where did y'all meet each other?
Right there. To my mama's house. In Collegeville. He came from, he was working in Jacksonville, Florida. And he came home. And after he came home, he found me. But I was in Charleston then working at the CEO factory. So he knew who I was, so he come down there back and forth. And after I came, he said, look, I want to marry you. I said, marry me? I was like, no, you kidding. But see, how come I say that? Because he was a second-hand man.
He was what?
We called him man, was married
He
before,
was
was a second-hand man.
He was married.
But he didn't stay with her no time. He run down on her with a man in Jacksonville, and he packed up a thing and come back to his grandma. So that's how I butt up on him here. And me and him married right after that. But I was glad because I was tired of the cigar factory anyway. And I was tired of smelling that paper mill down in Charleston. And I was so glad when he said, let's marry. I said, well, my God, I get no
Her
day.
good daddy took care of her.
Yeah?
Spoiled her.
That paper mill, I can stand that saying of that paper mill in Charleston. But I was working in a cigar factory for a while. Until I went to Louisville, Kentucky. And I still come back and finish until I had to stop. Because he wanted to marry me. He said, if you marry me, I'll let you go back to work. But he told me tales. He said he didn't restrict me. That's supposed to marry me. So he said if I marry him, he let me go back to the cigar factory to work to get him before. But he didn't do it. After I married me, he said, you think I can let you go back and I marry you? He's at the end of that. So, but you know what? But you know, I was glad. But I was here on the farm though.
Mm-hmm.
I came here after I came being married. I came here and did the farm. I just ain't plowing, that's all. But I tried to plow, but the mule jerked me down every time I post and get up here. I on the ground. And my daddy laughs with daddy on his knees. Daddy said, no, you can't plow. I said, I want to plow because I want to fix my garden. My tell me to plant my garden. I want to plant my garden. Eric, you know to plant my garden right there.
Mm-hmm.
Right there. Every time I read to plant my garden, I saw Lord Fisher in here to plow my garden. I won't plant it. You know? But I made it. I had Pudgy Campbell to come and plow the mule and get
Mr. Pudgy?
Yeah, Pudgy
You
Campbell.
remember Mr. Pudgy Campbell? Off Burhill?
But Pudgeon, one day Pudgeon came. You know Pudgeon Campbell.
Yeah.
One day Pudgeon came here and I had the fence around the garden. And Pudgeon was planting the blues for me. And my mom said, come to the door. I walked to the back door and look up there. Pudgeon with the arm crossed the fence and panting for his breath. I was so scared. I said, Lord, I miss this man who dropped dead right there. Because he had something wrong with the heart, I think he was. And I said, come here, person, come here. I tried to cool water there to drink some more. That's some rest yourself. That's no problem no more today. I ain't asked him to put it from that good day till he gone. Because I was afraid he might drop dead here. And my mule, it was fast anyhow. Oh, Bill was fast.
So after y'all married, y'all moved into this house? Or where did y'all go?
Yeah. Tear the house down yonder. Tear the grandma house back yonder down. That's where grandma used to stay was back there. Tear that down. Some of the boys in the house right now. And then we add on, you know, get more old lumbers and add on. And my husband had, I forgot the man name. I can see him right now, but I can't call the name and see my name. But he calls us a little bush, what you call a carpenter, and Fisher get him to come help him. Then Mr. Arthur Farmer. I had to go out to Eric on the thing, on the ladder, and get on the back on it, and go on top of that house, and hold that gable, the gable ends, for Mr. Arthur. I on top of that, holding the gable end, while Mr. Arthur Batman the things on top of it. I come through something.
So they helped Granddaddy build this house.
Yes, Lord, yes, Lord.
So what about your children? Did you have kids?
Yeah, but they hadn't missed. They missed. They didn't come, you know, they stay. They missed. So that's why I got win. And I said I wasn't going to fool no more. I just got to win, and that was
She had
it.
2 miscarriages before she adopted Mama.
Yeah.
Adopted Mama, and then she actually had a baby, but it was a stillborn baby. Named him Robert.
But both of them they was too sick then. I ain't both of them.
So what did your husband do for work? You say you used to work at the tractor. God
knows he could drive a tractor. And he was driving around all these crackers around here. They'll tell you, if they deliver right down there, tell you. And one man cried over him when he was in the hospital and he couldn't talk. One of them man he used to work with in the Longwood, come and stand over him and cry over Fish like Fish was his son. I never get him. It was a Fennel.
Who?
A Fennel. That's all the name of the man, Mr. Wally Fennel.
Finley?
Yeah, Fennel.
Fennel?
Fennel, yeah,
oh,
Fennel.
Fennel.
But Fish used to look for them. And he come in that hospital and found Fish couldn't talk to him because Fish was in a coma. Couldn't talk for God knows how long. And I stayed with him in the hospital night and day. Oh, Lord. I feed him with the feeding tube. Everything back there in the back. He was in the back room.
He was in the back room.
I remember that.
And I had to feed him too. The nurse come and show me how to fix it one time. And she had to come back no more. She said, well, Miss Fisher, you ought to be a nurse. He said, you mean to tell me you didn't catch her in bed? I said, well, yeah. That's ain't hard to catch her on nothing. They got to do, you know. But
Granddaddy, for his job, how he made money for y'all, he was a tractor. He did his tractor. Okay.
Logging man.
And logging.
Oh, Lord.
In the farm?
Mr. What's the man there? Hal Huff. There was a man when used to work the last one, Hal Huff. And he got bad with that boy one time, Addison King. They all worked together. And something he said to Fisher, and Fisher get mad. Fisher come here flying. And as soon as Fisher get here, goodness, Hal Huff will make on. Come back, Louis. Come back. He said, no, I'm not coming back no way. He was because King act as if he was you. And he said, I ain't gonna put up with that. So Hal had to beg him to go back to the fence work with him. He went back in Phoenix. Yeah. But he was and he used to do his own Logan too. He had his own timber cut and everything. And he used to go all about around cutting timbers for different people. He did all that on his own. Eric, I can tell you the things from Charleston here. You wouldn't understand, no. You wouldn't know nothing about it. But I know things from Charleston here. And I remember everything. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
But you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know what happened. I used to go tell you. So it's nice to me word. But I came through stuff, and then I come on the farm. I planted potatoes. I stripped the fodder. I broke the corn. I stripped the can with the can knife, piled them to the mill to be grind. But I put them down in the alley to keep them frozen, from killing them, and that time to grind them. And I covered up in the shaver in the dirt down there, and that time to grind. Then I take them up and bring them, put them by the mill, and I have to stand over the pot to cook the syrup. I have to stand over that, and nothing just mine. Different people come in and grind cable. I have to stand over the pot and tell them when the syrup is done.
You remember the
I done something.
Now you mentioned that. Now that was your own business, or that was something that y'all did?
My own, and my garden and all of my own. I had a watermelon on that side over there, on the outside of the garden there, what used to be, and it was halfway that palm tree in your yard. When I'm going to pick them up and bring them and put them right there, that's how far that watermelon go, halfway that pine tree. But it's been different kind. And a man came in Charles with a big old long truck, because he knew they heard say I had watermelon, and he come to load up to go back to Charles, to what's the place name?
Cottage.
New York. And he bring a big long distance truck to load the watermelon up, go back to New York to sell. But I had different watermelon. He wasn't just one kind, but I had different kind. But anyhow, it was good. I pick the beans. Dada and all of them have come help me pick them. Dada Brian, you know Dada. All right, Dada come help me pick the basket of beans. All right, when we get pick them. First get me the pickup fish, had your own pickup. First get me that pickup to go to Wallburn Camp to a man named Mr. Glover. And he had a big long freezer from here to that volume in this place. And he would let you go down no way to carry your garden, but bring them to him. So we thought we could go around and ask them out, you know, the people. Louis, bring them garden thing right here. And he had a freezer from here most yonder. That's a big long freezer that man had. But he get them beans and them peas and tomatoes, okra, what we get it, all right in there. So he must have sell them himself to different people. But he told us to bring all the people together to him. I done all that. I plant the cucumber. I stand over the cucumber while Rubidell and pick them. I don't know whether you've been there to pick them or not.
But Rubidell is what Mama is now.
Rubidell and them picked them.
You talking about his aunt, right?
Rubidell, Queen. Rubidell right over there. Walls. And they come and help me pick the cucumber. But they'll pick mine, they pick theirs, because we used to pay them by the little buckets. And they hard to pick that little buckets so hard, they leave them in the field. So when I got to the market, the people throwing them big ones out. They didn't want them. They want them little ones, you know? I said, well, no more planting the cucumber. People that come back to them, Miss Osley. And you can plant them with cucumber. I said, no, because I plant them for y'all. There's no sense in me planting for y'all and I ain't got nothing. I was like, I planted the cucumber so I could mix up with the cucumber and y'all are getting all the money. I said, no, there's no more planting. All the ladies to the place was carrying the thing back to her. Oh, Miss Fisher, you try again. That's not no more. See, we had like, what do you call the thing? When you go and get your things from the agriculture place. What's it called? Anyway, they was over them kind of things. And so she begging me to keep that for me to come out no more. I was finished with that.
But you used to have some stuff for yourself as well.
Yeah.
Like you used to can beans and tomatoes
Yeah,
and
your uncle right there, Percy, and Sarah them, have come to the garden and I let them pick everything I want to pick out there. And I had my big freezer back there full. And if they plant this and full of freezers this year, they can come and get all that what they got in there because they can put fresh one in there. That's how I used to do. Sarah Taylor and Percy, they have come and go in the field and pick the beans and peas and thing up. I say, come on, help yourself now because I finished. Because I done had all I want, you know? And I tell Beck the same way. I leave and going to Detroit, not Detroit, Buffalo, that's the core. And leaves the tomatoes and the peas and beans and thing for them to come and finish clean the field. She go and come and look at it and see Lucy Campbell. Remember Lucy? And them was in them? Cece and them?
I remember Cece.
Well, then that's the sister.
Yeah, their sister.
That's the sister.
Yeah.
That's the sister.
That's her.
All right, she come here and see Lucy been in the field.
Okay.
She turned and going back. And I come here, I had to go back and pick all my peas and things while I leave here. I pick them all. I said, oh, Lord. I said, Beck, I ain't doing this no more. Well, I come there and look at Lucy was in there picking. I said, I didn't tell Lucy to come no way. That's that they come because they know I had my garden here. And I was skin. That's what I told you. As you don't come and do it, that's why no more I leave my garden and then you. And I didn't no more. I
Yeah,
had a row of peas from that pump house there to the road. And there was a concept, a long hammer. Them peas was that long. And easy to shell, and big peas. And easy to shell, and God knows was bare. That one row of peas had bare, red, Lord. I had to go there and pick all that.
So you really didn't have to go to the supermarket back then as much?
Huh?
You didn't really have to go shopping at the grocery store back then?
No, I had all my God my hair. Can. Syrup. I was even going down to Jacksonburg and send the pot down there. Grand can, mean fish, carry the mule. The man come and pick up fish in a pickup with the mule. And we going on down there in Grand Cane first. And Turner. You don't know Gene and them, you don't know them. Well, we had to go down there in Grand Cane down there with them. And that's the last time I helped with the syrup. Little Mary Brown had asked me after that, Ann said, you want me to come and help him grind some more can? I must Fisher. You go and come. I said, finish with that. I said, finish with that. I said, my husband's not here now. You gone? I ain't doing that no more. I said, finish. Little Mary said, well, I finished you. So Ann had to stop with the can. Them people have come from Columbia with their little jar. I done get the syrup and thing ready now. You see, I always have to stand with the pot and tell them when the syrup done.
So what was the process of making the syrup?
Huh?
What was it? How did you go about making the syrup?
Oh, you skim it. You have a paddle.
So you do
You're skimming up.
So you go from the cane, and then you have to grind the cane to get the juice.
Yeah.
And was
the juice go in the syrup.
Okay.
You put the syrup in the pot and build your fire. You cook in the syrup then. You know, so and every time that skimming get on top of that pot, then you take that little paddle and you skim all that off and keep it clean. And that's when you have clean syrup.
And how long would it take to make it?
It don't be too long, but I didn't take the time. But it don't be too old. But you got to stand over it until it's done. One time, the Brooks, Helen Brooks, and Billy James, they come to grind cane. So Billy James say, Helen, stand back and let off leave, cook that syrup. Oh, I got it, Willie. I got it, Willie. And she's right there, and Willie right there tell the brown, they tell the strap, go on the candy. Go on the candy. You hear that there? And I tell you, I can see Billy James like, Billy James first for Helen, so that day. Billy James like, tell you to let off leave, I'm going to cook that syrup. Helen man should listen. Because they'll get the candy. When you get, I can see it right now. I said, well, all right, they say, yeah, my fault. Billy James say, I ain't blame you. So I blame her. She knows where she don't know nothing to cook no syrup. Why don't she drink? I tell her. Because I told her let you cook that syrup.
So y'all used to let other people use the machine? Use the pot to make their own?
Huh?
Y'all used to let other people use the pot to make their own?
No. No, they come in the ground right there to my pot.
Yeah,
They don't can nothing with it.
Yeah, so y'all used to let them come and use it?
Yeah. When they want to come to the ground, they can. And cook this certain thing, then I got to always go to the pot and tell them when the syrup is done. I had a time. Erica had a time. Ah, Lord. Everyone, even Miss Anna White and Mr. Daddy White from Jericho. You know them? You have them in
From
there?
Jericho?
Yeah, Sarah and them. I married to my cousin.
I might not know them.
You don't know Miss Anna White and Mr. Daddy White? Dorothy White and I married them. Ruth and them. Miss Anna, Miss Gwendolyn, mom and dad. Because the Gwendolyn is like you. Names like you. One of the daughters. And Ruth, Sarah has married to Norris.
I don't know. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Brother Miss Anna, Miss Anna,
we down in
Mr.
Norris, we would not know the other people, Eric.
Yeah, but they have come young girl and can't hear you. And Bruce, I can see Bruce right now. And Mr. Daddy make us laugh so. One time, Anderson had shooting in the house at Mina. Because Mina had a priest in there. Some man come to eat it and didn't tell Anderson nothing. Anderson get together and go in and shoot in the house. Well, Mr. Daddy had us laughing so that day to the pot. And till Ruth say, oh Lord, I gotta bring Papa back here again because that's the most Papa laughed in this I know. God knows we talk about laughed at them. Mr. Daddy had us on the floor, on the ground moves. Mr. Daddy say every time he say, oh, he's Mary. Or Addison shoot Mary. And Mr. Daddy eating the tater. We cook the tater in ashes. And Mr. Daddy eating that tater and making us laugh. Well, me and Miss Anna laughed at this. Ruth said, well, that's the most Daddy laughs since I know. Is I gotta bring Daddy back here again to be able to come back on.
So y'all had good times around
Oh, we had a good time, my God, we had a good time. I tell you, but we cook that syrup though.
Yeah.
Because I keep that syrup right.
Did you ever?
What you keep it clean. Keep it clean.
Did you ever sell any for yourself? Did you ever sell any of the syrup?
Did you sell any of the syrup?
Oh yeah, about
Did
a
you
gallon.
make money off?
Yeah, about a gallon of the jokes. Yeah.
So how much?
Some of them, not all. Not all. There's some fisher people.
So how much would you sell?
He sell, because he's selling by a gallon.
How much you would sell a gallon for?
I don't know what he sells. Yeah, I couldn't tell you all that because fish would do all that part. All I do get the syrup ready, and the jokes, and he'll go sell it. But I never asked him how much he was and that. But I have syrup. I have cooked syrup. Stand over people from down here, from down what are doing there? Can the L and then move over here? What her name is? Elsie. From down there used to be Yellow Stereo. I think going by Elsie. Elsie. Down the Sand Hill. You also live right down there back on Elsie.
That's Daddy.
Well, you was too young.
That.
Yeah, you was too young.
Yeah.
But anyhow, they have come and gone came here. From down there.
From Sand Hill.
Yeah.
Neil.
Elsie.
Sand Hill, where she talking about?
Because they have come from down there and gone Grand King. I don't know who all them in that Grand King. And after Fisher gone, I got rid of all them. And a lot of them came and want to know where the pot is and where the mill is. I said I could let them go because I don't want to see them over there. The 7 of them come after that. I get rid of them. I had a heater, a wood heater on the back porch. Mr. Polk, white man, Mr. Polk said, Miss Fisher, you ain't able to haul no more wood in with the wheelbarrow, and you can't take out no more ashes. And he said, now, you put, I said, I put my heater under the shade of the weather. Good heater. That's the bottom from Mr. White man in Walbury there. Otto. This Otto will be sure and have me save them heater for me every time. And the last one I got from him was burning the coals in it. If I don't have to bring wood in there for doing water, I can just put coals in there. And I had that heater set up there under the shed. Mr. Polk come and get that heater and came so fast from him. Mr. Polk say, this young grieving over this heater. I get this heater you I say. And he get that heater somewhere in Roundville. Some of the people are there. And he said that man said he would never get rid of that heater. And he would have another one later. I said, no, because that comes from Mr. Hudson. And that was something Mr. Hudson get the heater from. I give my mama one.
Mama had one and you had one.
I give her one.
Mammy wasn't even alive then.
Mama
had one
Martha,
and you had one.
Martha.
And you gave,
Aunt
Martha.
Yeah, that's what it is. But there was number one heater. You can put them, they don't care how big a wood, you can get in that heater. And you close that door and turn it off. You can go anywhere you want to go. And when you come back, what I got to do, open the door. That heat's meeting into the door. I love that heater, my God. And that will heat your house, I don't care how cold it is. I don't care where you go and come back and walk the door, open that door. That heat's meeting into the door. But
it was you could have seen it from here. It was brown.
Yeah, right
in that back part.
Yeah,
that's
right back there where them gas heater is right now. Oh Lord, I missed that heater, and I missed that wood. But Mr. Polk used to go and get some wood, and it must be had light in them. I don't care if the oak wood too. But then when you get a little bit of trash and put in like little chips flakes and put in the butter and set them afire and put them wood in it. And just close the door. That thing actually it's like you supposed to had gas or something in it. But Martha don't use Martha. I had Captain Martha. I had Captain Charleston the desert. Mr. Polk, I had him going around all around here. He been to Bacon Old. I'm over there. Decked him, get wood from him. Beeching him, get wood from him. Joseph Bodson get wood from him. I had Mr. Polk was carrying the wood around different ones. Oh God, that was some good wood. Martha Osley. Where in the world Mr. Polk find that's wood? Martha, great Lord, that's some good
Lord
wood.
knows back. Oh, that house used to be hot.
Oh Lord, I tell you.
Jeez, where's Anna
That was some good wood.
You remember growing up? Tell me about you growing up.
But growing up?
Uh-huh.
Well, all I know is growing up.
What did you do as a child?
I went to school.
So what's...
I went to school here over the first time. And after that, I went to Jericho.
Jericho.
I went to, not Jericho, not yet, between Carterville and Jericho, to a schoolhouse there. And then I leave there and go into the two-story school to Jericho, where the church is, where the big church in Jericho, where it was all two-story house, and sitting right back up there. And we walk from my house in the morning time to that. I don't care how cold it is. We like we could freeze, but we went.
How long a walk was that?
Well, we had to walk from our house when my mama's house was there.
You know where Cousin Betty's house is in Cartersville?
You know where my mama used to stay?
I'm telling him right now.
Yeah, I know where your sister used to
You know where our mother's house used to be?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the house she's talking about that she grew up in. So that walk from there to
Jericho Church.
Yeah.
And they had no feeling. Myself and Mitchell was our teacher. I know you might say you don't know myself and Mitchell. All right. She said, come here and say, you know, no children say you can never do anything. They didn't know anything to say. Come here, Arthur, and warm your hand by it. And put your hand in water. She went in one of the rooms and come with a little tin basin. And with both of them, she said, now put your hand and wash your hand in the water. And I did. She said, now I'm dry. She said, now go in the morning. We had the two-story, the two-burner. You remember the little two-burner heater? The two-burner heater now.
Yeah.
But the cap, two caps.
Two caps that come out the top.
Yeah. All right.
Call him
She said, now put your hand
Pop
to the
Daddy.
fire. She said, if you put your hand to the fire before you a woman, you've been crying till tomorrow sometime. Because the hammer too cold. And we had to walk from my mama house to the school house and cold. Oh no. There.
So what school did you go to over here in Roundel?
Roundel?
Yeah.
I ain't been to school in Roundel. I made the one to Bear Hill.
Oh, that was in Burr Hill.
Bear Hill, Bode by Coot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I leave there and going. One time I come, there's a pastor right there in front of our parallels. And the horses was in there. And they had a bridge across the water, a slew of water, between there and Bear Hill. And that bridge had broke. And we had to get on that bridge and slide across that water. I mean, slide across there. Because you'd be don't read the fall in the ditch.
Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Come here, Sugar Bear. Oh, no.
You can say hi, Great Grandma.
Hello, Didi.
How you doing? Come on, give Great Grandma some mwah.
Look.
Already spilling me. I ain't gonna spell on that spill. You spill on me.
He had that mouth wide open. Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Tell it all. He picked me up every time I fall. That's why I know he'll hear me when I call. There are so many wonderful things about him. There are so many wonderful things about Jesus. There are so many wonderful things about him. There are so many wonderful things about Jesus. There's so many wonderful things about him. His name is wonderful. He's a wonderful counselor. He is the mighty God, everlasting Father. He is the Prince of Peace. There's so many wonderful things about him. He's calling the roll. Oh Lord, remember me. I want mine, though I may go to God achieve. Still the song all my prayer will be. If I'm right, I know I'll gain the victory. But this I pray, oh Lord, remember me. Remember me. Lord, remember me. Oh, when tears are falling down, remember me. Lord, remember me. Oh, when troubles all around, and oh, down at the river of Jordan, He's calling the roll. Yes, Lord, remember me. All right.